Hello friend, in this lecture we will discuss on the type of HTML tags. So friend, let's start. Now there are two kind of tag in HTML, the container tag and the empty tag. Now the container tag will have the opening tag and also the closing tag. Now anything that we write in between this opening tag and the closing tag is known as the content of that HTML tag. Now few examples of the container tag are as below. Now here we have a combination of an opening HTML tag and a closing HTML tag. So this is an example of a container tag. Likewise, we have a combination of an opening head tag and a closing head tag. So this is another example of a container tag. And also we have an opening body tag and the closing body tag. This is another example of a container tag. Likewise, we have many more examples of a container tag which we will see throughout this course. But a very important point to note here that a container tag will have both the opening tag and also the closing tag, and it can have some content in between the opening tag and the closing tag, and this content is known as the content of our HTML tag or the content of our HTML elements. Now the second type of HTML tag is an empty tag. Now what is an empty tag? An empty tag will have only the opening tag and not the closing tag. Please remember that an empty tag will have only the opening tag and not the closing tag because it does not have any content to display. Now few examples of the empty tag are the BR tag, the HR tag or the input tag. Now this BR tag is typically used to put a line break in between two words or in between two characters. Likewise, this HR tag is used to put a horizontal lines between some content. An input tag is mainly used to provide user with an input field where he can enter or where the user can enter some information. Now to give you a better clear understanding of what is a container tag and what is an empty tag, let me quickly switch into the HTML editor and write the sample HTML code using the container tag and the empty tag, and then we will see how exactly this get rendered in a browser. Let's create an HTML file with name as sample.html. The first statement has to be the doc type declaration, then we will have an HTML opening tag and the HTML closing tag, and this is an example of the container tag, that is HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag is an example of the container tag because this will have some content in between this opening tag and the closing tag. Let the content be, say, head tag, means an opening head tag and the closing head tag, and in between this opening head tag and the closing head tag let me have the title as sample page. So far HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag, opening head tag and closing head tag, and likewise opening title tag and the closing title tag, these all are the examples of a container tag. Now let me have one more container tag called the body tag, which will have an opening body tag and also the closing body tag, and let me have some content as hello world. Now before we proceed further, let me quickly save this code and run it in a default browser to see how exactly it gets rendered in a browser. When we run this code in a browser, this gets displayed as shown here. That is, whatever we have put in between the opening body tag and the closing body tag, that gets rendered in the web browser. And whatever we have written in the title in between that opening title tag and the closing title tag, that gets displayed in the browser toolbar. So this was an example where we have used the container tag. Now let me show you an example by using an empty tag. So basically my next requirement is to put a line break in between hello and world. We want to display hello and world in two different lines. For this we will be using an empty tag called the BR tag, which is used to have a line break in between two words or in between some content. Now to do this, let me switch into the editor and do some changes. Now what we will do in between hello and world, I will simply put the BR tag, which is nothing but an example of an empty tag. Save this and switch into the browser and refresh to see how this works. When we refresh this page in a browser, we can see hello and world are getting displayed in two different lines. So this was because we have used an empty tag, that is the BR tag. So this is just to give you a basic idea how we can use an empty tag and a container tag. We will see more in details in our upcoming lectures. This is about the type of tags in HTML. Thank you for watching.